Hello, I'm Julia, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about technology and telehealth. This presentation was created by myself and some fellow occupational therapy students. Our hope is that it makes it easier for you to use a computer and to access medical care through telehealth. We would also like to encourage you to advocate for a piece of legislation that will allow for continued occupational therapy services through telehealth. We'll start from the beginning here with a little introductory video on technology itself. Note that our focus for this presentation will be on electronic technology, specifically computer use in relation to accessing telehealth. Enjoy the video.
Today we are going to answer the question, what is technology? When you think of technology, what do you think of? A telephone? A camera? But what about a table or a chair? Would you consider that technology? Let's investigate to find out. In the dictionary, technologies are things created by humans that can make our lives easier or solve problems. All humans have basic needs, such as getting water and food and having a shelter. Technology is a way to make this easier. Instead of going down to the lake to get water, humans invented a way to bring it straight to our homes with indoor plumbing. Some technologies have wires and plug into the wall, like microphones. Microphones help to record sound. Laptops help us get information, type papers, talk to friends, and much more. But some technologies do not have wires at all. Umbrellas help to keep us dry in the rain, and a lock helps to keep our things safe. A pencil helps us write down information, and a fork helps us to eat food. So let's go back to our first question. Is a chair and a table a technology?
So that video is from YouTube. And I just want to mention that we have included YouTube videos throughout this presentation. I'd like you to know that YouTube is a great resource. If you're confused about how to do something on your computer, you can always go to YouTube and type in how to, and then whatever you need help with. There are tutorial videos for almost everything. Here is a list of some common problems that people experience with computers. Your computer won't start. The screen goes blank. You're unable to connect with Wi-Fi. Your computer constantly freezes. The internet is slow. You experience pop-up ads or a dropped internet connection. Your computer overheats. Technology can be frustrating, but don't worry. We're going to go over some solution to many of these problems, and remember that it's okay to ask for help. The benefits of using a computer far outweigh any of the difficulties. Here's another YouTube video going over all the basic parts of the computer and what they do. Everything has a purpose.
Every computer has its own set of buttons and ports. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the most common ones, including what they're for and how to recognize them. Some buttons are universal, like the power button. Depending on the type of computer you have, it may be on the front, on the back behind the screen, or even on the inside when you open the lid. The power socket is where you'll connect the power cord. If you have a laptop, you'll have a charging port instead. Most computers provide more than one USB port, so you can plug in any device you might need. Keyboards, printers, and USB drives are all common examples. Some computers even have USB-C ports, which can be used for many different things, not just plugging in devices. Laptops, for instance, often use the format for the charging port. If you have a desktop, you'll use the monitor port to connect the monitor. There are quite a few types of monitor connections, ranging from HDMI to the USB-C style we just mentioned. If you have a laptop, you can connect a separate monitor as long as you have the right equipment. Just look for the display port and plug in the appropriate cable. The Ethernet port lets you connect to the internet if you're not using Wi-Fi. All you need is an Ethernet cable, which you can then connect to your modem or router. If your computer has an audio jack, you can use it to plug in wired headphones or speakers. You may or may not have a disk drive, depending on how old your computer is and who makes it. The disk drive can be used to insert a CD, a DVD, or a Blu-ray disc. If you have ports that look like this, they're for older peripherals like mice, keyboards, and printers. Newer versions of these devices usually connect via USB or wirelessly. That covers the basics of buttons and ports. Of course, every computer is different, and technology is always changing. To find out what options you have, take a closer look at your computer.
And here is a YouTube video on how to create an email.
Hey guys, on today's video I'm going to teach you how to create a Gmail account. So right now in any web browser, under Google, just type in Gmail. Once you guys search up for Gmail, you guys will see the very first option will say Gmail right here. So once you click there, you guys will see this, sign in. So obviously you guys want to create an account. And that's down here below, you guys will see create account. So let's just click on create account for now. And right here, you guys can fill in your first name, last name, username will be actually your Gmail account. Okay, so that's going to be your Gmail. And just make sure you guys remember that, plus your password. So let's say your name is Tech and Design, just like this YouTube channel. We're going to type in Tech and Design channel. Actually, you know what? Let's just type in video channel, or anything you guys want. The shorter, usually the better. Now for your password, it does need to contain 8 characters with a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. So in this case, we're going to use this password right here. So I just created one. It's called Tech and Design 2018, and then question marks. I'm using a symbol, I'm using numbers, I'm using caps and lower cases, and that's the best you guys could do for a password. So I'm just going to paste it right here. Paste it right here. Whatever password you guys create, I suggest just emailing yourself, or if you have another email, or just text yourself that email, that password, or do something with the password, but store it so you guys don't forget it. So right here's my password. So if I want to see my password, again, I can just click right here on the side where the eyeball is, so I can hide it or I can show it. I always suggest showing it so you guys remember that password. So let's just go next. And your browser could say safe password or not. It's really up to you guys. I'm going to put not now. And then right here, now this depends where you guys are at. So if you guys are in Canada, it's going to show you that. If you guys are in the US, you guys can type in US, and it's going to take you down to United States, for example. You guys can type in your phone number right here. Okay, now again, you guys can just click right here. It depends what countries you guys are from, and just fill in your phone number so you guys can go on and create this secure Gmail account. Once you guys do that, you will get a verification code. So just copy and paste that right here. Okay, that's going to be on your phone. Type it up and then just press verify. Now that you guys have verified, you guys can see up here, you guys can use your phone number, or you guys can just delete it for now if you don't want it. Okay, recover email, same thing, it's optional. I highly suggest it. Okay, I usually suggest emails more than putting your phone number as a recovery thing, because it's just faster for me in my case. So just type in a recovery email if you guys have another email. If you don't, then you don't have to. It's optional once again. And this right here, it's usually good to put real information so you guys actually remember it, just in case you guys have to recover this thing. Okay, if you guys put fake information, then you won't remember it. So I'm just going to put in some info right here. This, you guys can put whatever you guys want. So rather not say, for example, and then just go next. Okay, so obviously you guys have to click down here. It's going to be an arrow, so just keep going down so you guys see agree. Click on agree. We're just going to wait for this to load up, and we should be ready with our Gmail account. With our Gmail account, we can do a lot of things actually. This opens us up to have a YouTube account, for example. So even if you guys don't create YouTube videos, now you guys can subscribe and get stuff from YouTube channels. You guys can put likes, you guys can put comments. You guys are free to do a lot of stuff. So that's why Gmail accounts are really good to have. So that way you guys can be a little bit more involved with YouTube and other aspects of Gmail, okay? Same thing goes with Google Photos and everything. You guys will need a Gmail account for that. So let's just click next. Okay, and that's it. You guys can get ready with your Gmail account. Right now, up here, so let me just give you a quick tour. Right here, Compose, that's to make an email. So just click right there. You guys can send out an email to anybody. You guys can see your sent emails from here and all that jazz. If you guys would like to look up your settings and stuff like that, it's going to be always on the right hand corner. So right here, you guys can see settings. If you click right here, you guys can also look at your account itself. All right. Anyways, that's it for this video. That's how you guys can create this thing. You do have 15 gigs right here free for you guys to use to store stuff. And if you guys have any questions, comments, you guys can write them down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. Thank you.
So it's pretty simple to create an email account, and having one can make communication so much easier. If you want to have access to telehealth and all the benefits of the internet, it's important to have an email address. If you do lose your Gmail password, here is a video on how to recover it.
Hello everyone, welcome back to WebTech tutorial. Today, I'll be showing you how you can easily recover your Gmail account password when you've forgotten it and can't seem to remember. In order to do so, keep watching the video till the very end, and if you are not subscribed to our channel yet, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you'll be notified as soon as we post a new video. Start by going to your web browser and type in gmail.com. Doing so will take you to its sign-in page. Now enter your email or your phone number from which you're trying to sign in. In case you forgot the email, click on Forgot Email link and follow the instructions to get access to your account. Now click on the Next button, and when asked to enter your password, click on Forgot Password link. Now you'll be asked to enter the last password that you remember using this Google account. If you don't remember the last password, then you can try another way by clicking on Try Another Way. Now, Google has sent a verification code to an email address. The email address is the one that you entered during the sign-up process when asked for a recovery email address. After that, click on the Send button and a verification code will be sent to your email address. You'll need to go check the email address and then enter the code that has been sent to the email. After entering the code sent to you, click on the Next button, and as soon as you do that, you'll be taken to a page where you can create a new password. Make sure to create a strong password that you don't use for other websites. Type the password again to confirm it and click on Save Password. Click on Continue to Gmail and you have successfully recovered your Gmail password. Next time you log in, make sure to enter the password you just created. If you found the video useful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below in the comment box if you have anything to say to us.
So to use email, telehealth, or any other services on the internet, you will need to log on to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is the wireless technology used to connect computers, tablets, smartphones, and other devices to the internet. It's a radio signal sent from a wireless router to a nearby device, which translates the signal into data that you can see and use. So how to connect? Open the system menu from the right side of the top bar, or locate this symbol. This is the symbol for Wi-Fi. Select Wi-Fi not connected. Click Select Network. Click the name of the network you want and then click Connect. If the network is protected by a password, then you will need to know the password and enter it when prompted. Then you can click Connect. Here is a video on connecting to Wi-Fi on a Windows computer.
Hey, how's it going everyone? In this video here, you are going to learn how to connect to a wireless network on Windows 10. Doing this is very easy, yet very important to connect to the internet. Now, all you have to do is go right here at the bottom right corner of the screen. And then you're going to click on this little icon right here. This little icon you're going to click on. And after clicking on it, you will see a list of wireless networks. Usually your network at home has a stronger signal because it's right near you. So it has a stronger signal, so you'll know it's your network. So I'm going to choose my network here. So you're going to choose your network, click it, and from there, you're going to click on connect. Now, as you can see, you can also choose to connect automatically if you check on this box right here. Okay, so you choose your network, and then you click connect. And as you can see, I'm in. I'm now officially connected. It's that simple. Now, say you are in a situation, you are in a dilemma here. And yes, you have a wireless network, but you don't know the password for it. You have a brand new router, but you don't know the password to your router. Well, how do I connect? Well, what you can do is go to your router, and usually you can find the password on the side or at the bottom of your router. So if you go to your router, you should see the password at the bottom or on the side. As you can see here, this picture, this is a picture of my router, the bottom of it. And if you go to where it says network key, this is your password right here. It's usually like a bunch of numbers, okay? And then from there, after finding out your network key, after writing it down, go to your computer, click right here to the bottom right corner of the screen, choose a network, and then as you can see, Windows will ask you for a security key. And now you enter the security key. After doing that, you click next, and then you click connect. And that's all you have to do. So as you can see, it is that simple to connect to a wireless network on Windows 10. If you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.
So here is a link to some other full online programs that will teach you more about how to use the computer itself. This one is through Medicare.org. You can click on this link and it brings you to the Medicare.org website. You can scroll down, and any one of these things you can click on for more information. Exploring something new can be intimidating, but with practice, it will become easier. Here are some tips for how to approach using new technologies. First of all, stay positive. Try not to get too frustrated. Reach out and ask for help from others around you. If you have children or grandchildren, they might be great options, or the staff at the senior center you visit, or the staff at the assisted living facility where you reside. It can be helpful to increase the volume on your computer to fit your needs. See the picture over here on the right. This is what volume buttons usually look like on a laptop. Every laptop and computer is a little bit different. So again, just reach out if you need help. It's important to use strong passwords, which we're going to go into in a little bit more detail later. It's also important to write down your passwords. Make a list that you keep in a safe place because it can be difficult to keep track of them and you will need to use them again later. Take your time. Learn how to navigate the computer. The internet can be exhausting, so do a little bit at a time and take breaks. Another tip here is to only charge your computer or other devices when the battery is low. If you charge the devices all day long, it actually reduces the life of your battery. Turn off your computer once in a while to give it a break. Don't reply to emails from people who you don't know. There are scammers out there, so you need to be careful. Know who is sending the email before you click on any links. Again, there are scammers, and links can lead to viruses. Read reviews before buying things online. And be careful of what information you provide to websites. For example, if you're shopping online and they ask for your social security number, that is a red flag. To help keep your information safe, your password should contain at least 10 characters and 5 or more unique characters. So you need to have at least 3 of the following: either uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, or special characters, which is a symbol like an ampersand, a $sign, or a star. Here are some examples of strong and weak passwords. You can see that the strong password has symbols and numbers. It is also important that your password does not include any personal information that others may know about you, such as your birthday, your name, personal numbers like your phone number, social security number, or your address. So with these basic computer skills, let's talk about how we can use them to make doctors' visits easier through telehealth. Telehealth is when healthcare services are provided through technology instead of in-person visits. You may have heard of the terms telemedicine or e-health, which are commonly used interchangeably with telehealth. Services provided by telehealth can include, but are not limited to, follow-up visits with your primary doctor, online counseling for management of chronic conditions or medication management, specialist consultations, therapy services like physical therapy, occupational therapy, and also urgent care visits about if you have a cold or another sickness. In order to engage in telehealth, all you need is access to a phone or device, such as a computer, that has access to the internet. Then you're golden. Telehealth includes 3 main actions. First, directly talk to a practitioner over the phone or video chat pictured in the top right of the screen. Second, sending or receiving messages with your practitioner over the phone or email. Facilities that utilize telehealth make sure messages sent by these means are secured properly to maintain the confidentiality of your information. Lastly, there is remote patient monitoring, which will be explained further in this video on the next slide.
Mrs. Lee was recently discharged from the hospital. Her doctor ordered remote patient monitoring equipment to be delivered so Mrs. Lee can track her vitals at home. She's been on the program for about a week and a half when the remote monitoring nurse notices that Mrs. Lee gained 5 pounds in 2 days. She calls Mrs. Lee to ask about this weight gain and finds that Mrs. Lee has questions regarding the dosage of her prescribed diuretic medication. The nurse explains Mrs. Lee's medications and diet protocol. With her new understanding, Mrs. Lee's weight quickly returns to an acceptable range. Mrs. Lee's participation in the remote monitoring program has assisted her in avoiding a clinic visit and potential ED visit. Remote patient monitoring provides monitoring and support at home to help patients reach their healthcare goals.
So let's talk about some of the values and the benefits of telehealth. It reduces the burden and cost of travel. You don't have to rely on family members, friends, or caregivers to accompany you to appointments, and you don't have to pay for travel expenses. It reduces wait time for appointments. You're able to see your healthcare providers more quickly, and telehealth expands the range of access to various specialists that might live farther away. Therefore, you can see more specialists. In terms of occupational therapy, OTs can now observe you at home by evaluating your ability to navigate and take care of yourself in your natural environment. This also saves time. You don't have to worry about getting ready for your appointment, driving to the facility, waiting for your doctor in the waiting room, and then driving all the way home. Telehealth saves you a few extra hours out of your day, which gives you more flexibility. It improves access to care, which means you can visit your doctor without having to leave your home. You can manage your chronic conditions and refill prescriptions at any time. For example, if you're experiencing any new symptoms, you can quickly schedule a telehealth appointment to have medications instantly renewed. It also reduces your exposure to germs and prevents exposure to COVID-19 or any other contagious illnesses that you may be exposed to at the doctor's office. And it reduces the frequency of in-person visits and unnecessary hospitalizations. It also provides ongoing support, information, education, and satisfaction. The following statistics are based on a 2019 American Senior Consumer Survey conducted by the American Well Healthcare Company. The main findings of the survey are as follows. In 2019, telehealth utilization was low, with only 1% of seniors reporting past usage. Regardless, more than half said they would be willing to use telehealth. The two main barriers for not accessing telehealth were issues with coverage of services and preference of seeing their practitioners in person. This study also found that 32% of seniors would delay their care, with 57% thinking the problem would just go away. 40% reported it takes too long to see a provider, and 17% due to the high cost. To combat these issues, telehealth is a great option. It can be used to provide faster, effective, and affordable care to your population. So delayed care is reduced, and you get all the necessary services. Benefits that seniors believed would come from telehealth are faster service and increased convenience. Here's a video where you can hear from other seniors themselves.
In 2008, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, so I thought I'd sell up and come to Brisbane to be near my family. Well, I was seeing a neurologist in Brisbane, but see, it took a whole day for me, leaving here in a bus and going up to the Mater. And at 8 o'clock I had to get the bus, and then at 12 o'clock was my interview for half an hour. I had to wait till 4 o'clock to get the bus home, which meant a whole day away for half an hour. So I definitely think that telehealth is suitable for the elderly, especially for bedridden patients that can't get access or difficulty getting people to see a specialist.
Older people often have difficulty in travelling to see specialists, and because there are relatively few geriatricians, and because of the time involved in geriatricians visiting older people's homes or visiting aged care facilities, effectively older people can't have much service from geriatricians. So because of this, we've built a service using video conference to enable geriatricians to consult with residents of aged care facilities. There's a couple of benefits. First of all, everyone who's involved in the care can see the same information at the same time. And this really improves communication and understanding of the solutions. Secondly, because the case is so well prepared, the geriatrician spends much less time in fact-finding and allocates much more time to talking about solutions with the patient, with family members and with nursing staff.
Morning, Mrs. Stockhill. How have things been? So the telehealth service enables me to review frail and vulnerable older people in their own environment, so they don't have to travel up to hospital to access specialist services. So the general practitioner prepares a report, and then the nurses do a thorough assessment of the patients across really important areas. I've been quite surprised at how well patients have been able to adapt to this medium of providing a health service. So some of my patients will have problems with their vision and hearing, which make communication difficult, but they're still able to understand me clearly over the television screen, and the nursing staff value the ability to access the expert opinion.
I think there's many benefits to the telehealth service. I think for the staff, it's the opportunity for them to actually be sitting in with the geriatrician and hearing firsthand. Sometimes when people come back with information, it's not always exactly as the specialist may have meant it to be. And also keeping the residents in our care so that they still have the medication, they still have their meals, and we can still be monitoring their situation is very beneficial.
So let's talk about how to prepare for your telehealth meeting. The first step is to talk to your insurance company about coverage and copays. You should talk to your insurance company before scheduling an appointment to avoid unexpected bills and determine if the telehealth service will be covered. Second, pick your medium. Before scheduling your appointment, you should call your doctor or office staff to determine the modality they use. This may include telephone, health portal, Zoom, or many others. If you're using a health portal, make sure you understand how to log into the system. 3, make sure your device is charged before the appointment. 4, find a quiet location. Before starting your appointment, you should be in a quiet location with a few distractions. Turn off any devices that may be noisy, such as TV, ceiling fan, radio, etc., and make sure that you're close to your router and have a strong internet connection. The 5th one is proper lighting. Make sure the room is bright enough so the doctor can get a clear look at you. You may not want to attend your appointment alone. Have a family member or caregiver with you during the entire appointment. Telehealth may be new to many of you, and it will take some time getting used to it. 7, come prepared with questions. Have a list of your questions and concerns that you wish to ask your healthcare provider. You should also write down all the symptoms that you've been experiencing and how long they've been present. Also have your medications handy. You should have a list of all your medications, vitamins, supplements that you're currently taking, or that you should bring actual medications to the appointment. And also know what is expected of you at the appointment. So speak to your doctor's office staff so you can understand what they're looking for and what supplies you may need to bring. Some common questions that you can ask are, how long will the appointment take? What will the doctor need me to do during the appointment? Should I bring anything to the appointment? And lastly, make sure you ask about a follow-up appointment. You should ask your doctor if you should write down their recommendations or plan if they will be emailing, mailing, or faxing you this information. Telehealth is not offered at all offices and facilities, so there are steps you can take to find these services. You can call your doctor and talk to them about telehealth options. Questions you can ask might be, are you offering telehealth at your office? Is telehealth a good option for me and my health? What types of care can I get with telehealth, which were discussed previously, such as follow-up surgery visits, counseling, medication management, and so much more. How do I schedule a telehealth visit? What has been your success and experiences with telehealth? Do you recommend it? You can also inquire about telehealth services through your insurance company. They can help you find doctors that are offering virtual visits and also companies specific to providing telehealth services. You can visit your insurance company's website or call them directly. Find a health center. Health centers are known for providing services regardless of your ability to pay. Here we have a link where you can look up health centers in your own area. You can specifically choose some places providing telehealth options. Most doctors do not use common social platforms like Zoom or FaceTime because those platforms don't protect your privacy. It's important not to use social media platforms like Facebook Live or Snapchat. Here are some of the platforms you may encounter. There are adapted social platforms, including Skype for Business and Zoom for Healthcare. And there are platforms that were designed specifically for telehealth, including DoxyMe, eVisit, and Hello Note. There are many platforms, and these are just a few, but they're all pretty simple to use, and you follow the same steps for each one of them. So, how to sign on for a telehealth appointment. You're going to receive an email with a link or a web address from your doctor's office. You can click on the link in your email or copy and paste the web address into the search window, which I'm going to show you how to do on the next slide. Then you can type your name into the browser page or follow any other simple prompts when you arrive in the doctor's waiting room. And finally, just be patient. Your doctor may be running late, but will be with you shortly. Here is the video on how to copy and paste. If you get a web address for your telehealth appointment that you can't just click on as a link, then you may need to copy and paste. So to do this, you're going to highlight the web address using your trackpad or your mouse. Then you're going to use the Command key and press Command C to copy it. Then you can open up a new page and copy it into the search by hitting Command, holding down the Command key, V, and return. And that is going to bring you to your telehealth appointment. Now, if you're on a Windows computer, it might look a little different. There's not a Command key here. You use Control-C and then Control-V, and that will copy and paste. And here is a video that explains how to sign in on one of the telehealth platforms. This one is DoxyMe.
Checking in as a patient with Chrome. Meeting with your doctor is simple and easy with DoxyMe. Paste or type the website address your doctor sent you. In our example, Dr. Weeks sent me a message with the link doxy.me/Dr. Weeks. A check-in box will appear where you will enter your name so your doctor knows that you have arrived. If it's your first call using DoxyMe, you will need to give your browser permission to access your camera and microphone. While you wait, you can explore your doctor's waiting room. Your doctor will start the call as soon as they are ready.
Telehealth is currently covered by Medicare for physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language pathology. But this is due to temporary waivers issued by the Centers of Medicare and Medicaid Services due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and it could be subject to change. Physicians' telehealth services are also covered by Medicare. Changes in the works. So the Expanded Telehealth Access Act is a bill that was recently introduced to the House of Representatives. This bill seeks to allow for more health fields to perform services via telehealth and be covered by Medicare insurance, including valuable services such as PT, OT, and speech. So if this bill is passed, it will mean you will be able to access these services via telehealth permanently, anywhere that you have a stable internet connection. As seniors, you are one of the principal groups that the expanded telehealth bill benefits. Therefore, your voices are important tools in the effort to garner support from congressmen and women. One way that this can be done is to do it individually or as a group. And you can take the form of a physical letter or an email. If you're a resident of Berkshire County, Franklin County, Hampden County, Hampshire County, or Worcester County, then your congressman is Richard Neal. You may contact him through email at the website link located on this slide. You may also contact him through the 2 phone numbers of both his offices listed here. When mailing any letters to Richard Neal, it should be addressed like the picture to the right, and it should read, The Honorable Richard Neal, United States House of Representatives, and then the address listed here. You may also contact U.S. Senators Elizabeth Warren and Ed Markey, pursuing them to support the Expanded Telehealth Access Act as well. Elizabeth Warren can be contacted through her website at the link on the left side, or the 2 following office phone numbers. Edward Markey can be contacted through his website at the link provided here, or at the 2 following office numbers. If you would like their mailing addresses, check out their websites. Here is a form letter we created that you can easily sign and send to your Congressman Richard Neal. Feel free to use this as a template to write letters to the senators listed on the last couple of slides, Warren or Markey. With this particular letter, you could swap out the name it's addressed to, place it with Dr. Dear Senator, and you would also change the year that the individual has been serving in Mass. Here's a list of resources you may find helpful. If you have any questions, reach out to your director for our contact information. We're happy to help. And here are some more of our references. We hope that you find this video helpful.